Hi, and welcome to another edition of Gunners Are Us. In this edition, we'll be looking at Fulham and the 1-1 draw. We'll also be looking at the European Super League and what it means for Arsenal to be involved in that league. And we'll be looking ahead to the Everton match and some dilemmas for Mikel Arteta. With that, and much to do, let's get on with the video. Okay, so it's a quick look back at the match. 1-1 draw against Fulham. It was in the dying minutes that we were able to get that one equalizer to draw with Fulham. Now, a draw is better than a loss, let's put it like that. And for large parts of that game, it looked like, well, in fact, it looked like we should really have been ahead. We had a goal disallowed, in fact, 2 goals disallowed. So it's sort of like we should really have been going in, winning that game. So it's a bit of a disappointment to come out with a draw, but a draw is nonetheless better than a loss, a defeat. So we have to take the positives from that match and move it into our next match, which is on Everton, and that's on Friday in a few days' time. So we have to be mindful of that match. But we're gonna move, we're not gonna do any player ratings because essentially the team failed to deliver. So there's no real point in doing player ratings. They failed to deliver. We should have really won that match. We had a goal disallowed, and it's sort of like it's dead and buried there for that match. Dead and buried. So we move on to European Super League. Arsenal wants to be one of the founding teams of this new European Super League, which is being introduced into football at a warp speed type of event. So it will be a new competition coming in as soon as possible, with the announcement being made on Sunday night on all of these websites, on the websites of the respective clubs: Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool are the founding members of the English contingent. And then there's Atletico Madrid, there's Real Madrid, there's Barcelona, and a few other teams connected with it. But let's have a look at and see what it actually means. 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs. The founding clubs are AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham Hotspur have all joined as founding clubs. It's anticipated that a further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended to commence as soon as practical. So the formation of the Super League comes at a time when the global pandemic has accelerated the instability in the existing European football economic model. Further, for a number of years, the founding clubs have had the objective of improving the quality and intensity of existing European competitions throughout each of its seasons, and of creating a format for top clubs and players to compete on regularly. Right, now moving on to the competition format. The competition format will be 20 participating clubs with 15 founding clubs, and a qualifying mechanism for a further 5 clubs to qualify annually based on their achievements on the prior season. Midweek fixtures will all participating clubs continuing to compete in their respective national leagues, preserving the traditional domestic match calendar, which remains at the heart of the club. Right, now, this is a new league with 20 clubs, 15 which will be the founding members of the club, and 5 additional. Now, everything on the surface looks to be okay, but the only problem I foresee is that there's no relegation, there's no promotion of teams into this league. It's a closed league, and that is sort of a little bit anti-competitive. It's against competition, and you know, it does away with the myth of other teams such as Leicester and West Ham that are doing quite well in the league. I mean, where do they fit into this this new league? It's a question. I'll throw it out to you. You know, the backlash has been a negative response from fans worldwide, and I'd like to know what your thoughts are. I mean, would you like to see a new Super League with Arsenal being in that Super League? It's a closed off division. It's going to have Europeans' best or finest teams. Are Arsenal one of those teams? Yes, but can they do it on just merit alone? Can they win the Europa League, for example, this season? And then what happens to the Champions League? What happens to the FA Cup? What happens to the League Cup? What happens to these competitions that are normally played midweek anyway, where when you have a new European Super League that will be taking up spots middle of the week, and then having Premier League games on the weekend? What happens? What really does happen? And will there be 2 teams? Will there be an A and a B team? I mean, a team for the Premier League and a team for this new European Super League, if it does go ahead. We have to look at all the possible ramifications. Yes, fair enough, it will make millions of pounds. You know, it will generate income. It will most probably it will generate income. There's got the founding members, it's got the funders already set to go. But will it be good for the sport? Will it be competitive? Can it be competitive? I mean, it's not, it's following in an example of NFL and the NBA. It's following the example of American sports. But football's model is different. Football's model is based on merit. A team that performs well consistently does, you know, achieve. And we've seen it in the past where teams have come back from the brink of almost going out in competitions and getting the win. And getting the win. So it's really, it's a bit of a sad day in football. And we have a quote here. Let's have a look. We have a quote from Florentino Perez, who is the president of Real Madrid. He says, "We are doing this to save football, which is in a critical moment. The important clubs in England, Italy, and Spain must find a solution to a very bad situation that football is going through." So those are the words of Florentino Perez. And well, whether this goes through, there's a lot of debate going on at the moment. Even the government is getting in on the act because they can see the anti-competitive nature of this proposed plan for European Super League, where you have teams all closed off, teams that are going to be in it year in, year out, regardless of where they finish in the league. Is anti-competitive. So those are my thoughts on it. And I personally do not wish to see this go ahead, but I do wish to see maybe some changes going forward into the Europa League, or maybe even the Champions League, to make it more competitive, to make it a bit more of an exciting spectacle. And we just wait and see, we pray, we wait and see if that will happen. So with that, please like and subscribe. Please also put down your comments on the European Super League and whether you wish to see it go ahead. The benefits to the teams, financial benefit is the biggest one. Also, competitiveness. There will be some competition. I mean, as a spectacle, Arsenal v Barcelona midweek is an exciting prospect. But year in, year out, will it be so exciting? It may become dull. It's not going to be like it's based on merit, you know, like in the Champions League, you know. And will it get dull? Please like and subscribe, and also leave your comments as to your thoughts on this European Super League. Thank you very much. And thanks, and I'm out.